Let me ask you something. When was the last time somebody told you that they had amazing customer service and you believed them? Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, what's going on? If you're new here, I am Donnie Bovine, CEO and founder of Success Champion Networking, and I'm on a mission to really help people that are selling business to business get their networking right. And today in this episode, we're going to talk about all the things that you are probably currently saying in your business and how much they are hurting how you're showing up and the things that you're actually saying. So, what I find oftentimes is people really get hung up on telling others what it is they actually do. And it comes from it's how networking was taught for many years. So I remember as I was coming up in the networking game, people told me that I needed to get almost fancy with how I introduced myself so I would be rememberable. So people would bring my name up and remember me. And I remember I was selling commercial printing and I'd come up with this stupid jingle that was, "Hey, I'm Donnie and I sell junk mail that actually works." And that was the thing I was supposed to sell or say every week. And you know what that got me? Absolutely positively nothing. And here's why. When I was out networking, I was selling commercial printing and the average deal had to be upwards of a quarter of $1 million, for somebody to buy printing off me. And when I said the junk mail that worked and that kind of thing, the idea behind it was somebody would almost hear that jingle and go, "Ooh, I need that." The problem was nobody I was networking with could afford that volume of printing. So it was like I was pitching the room and not positioning myself in the room so somebody could actually help me. And let's be honest, if at any point in time we feel like we are being pitched to, sold to, or the likes, we instantly turn off. Like it is a thing that we're wired. We love to buy things, but we hate being sold to. So what I find is people have a couple of defaults that they're doing when they introduce themselves. Default number one is just a verbal vomit. Like they're just saying all the things about anything, and they keep talking because they don't know how to tell themselves to shut the hell up. Okay, and they're literally just trying to almost impress somebody. The second thing that people do is they lead with all the things that make them great. It's I have the best customer service. I have the best fastest delivery. I have the whatever it is. And I don't know about you, but when I'm on LinkedIn or something and I see a profile that says, guaranteed 90 new clients in 30 days, like all of my red flags go off. Like this can't be a legit thing. So when you are boasting about how awesome you are, you're actually probably not that awesome. Awesome. I mean, when's the last time you heard somebody come out and say, "You know what? We're just going to give shitty service. We're going to be horrible. We're not going to deliver." Like customer service is like the minimum entry into the game. Like everybody's going to try and give good customer service, and when you throw that out there, like you're just making yourself look like an ass. And then the third one is you're trying to over position yourself in the marketplace. This is the one that goes into this diatribe of who you serve, right? You're overly explaining it, and it's beyond verbal vomit is where you're just spinning a bunch of words. This one is you're trying to really nail home what you do and who you sell to. And what I find is those are the ones that leave the marketplace most confused in general. Um, what people actually remember when you introduce yourself, it's really, really, really simple. People are going to put you in a box as soon as you start saying what you do. All the flowery language that you're going to have out there, all it's doing is actually hurting you in the marketplace. Because I want you to think about if you were sitting in a virtual meeting and there's a group of people going around introducing themselves, how fast do you turn off and stop listening to all the other people? You're doing something else on your screen, you're checking email, you're doing all, you turn off because you literally don't give a shit about all the words that are coming out of their mouth. Okay. So what people need to know about you very specifically is what you do. And I'm telling you, 5 words or less. I would prefer it if you simply just laid out your freaking industry, whatever that is. Right. And then the second thing is they need to understand who your best referral partners are. Like you can put, your ideal client in between that sandwich, but you could literally get away with I do X and my best referral partners are this and this. Right. Because let's be honest, if it goes over 7 to 10 seconds, everybody tunes out anyways. Because as soon as they can put you in a box, you're there. Like they are going to, whatever you say you do, they're going to naturally put you in a box. And what most people are trying to do is not be put into this box. And I want you to do the exact opposite. I want you to jump all the way into the box and own the damn box. Because I look at it this way, and financial advisors are the absolute worst at doing this. What they do is they've set them a financial advisor, and then somebody's had a negative reaction to it, and they flinch. So they, instead of trying to say what they actually do, they're coming up with all this flowery language to try and explain what they do. Now, I want you to think about that. If somebody's going to manage your money, all the money, your retirements, whatever else, do you want somebody who's confident in what they say or do, or do you want somebody who's going to hem and haw and flinch every time they introduce themselves, right? I want the confident person that is going to own what they do. So get in the box and own the freaking box. Like I would rather a financial advisor look at me and go, I'm a financial advisor. And I go, shit, here we go. Another one. And they go, ooh, that's a story. Tell me about it. Right? I want them to own the moment, not freaking try and dance around it. Plant your feet and actually own what you do. Tell the real story behind what it is you're actually doing. Because here's the thing. You get 3 to 10 seconds. I'm sure there's some actual studies behind this. 3 to 10 seconds. And that's all somebody's going to remember about you. They're not going to remember all the flowery language. They're not going to remember all the jingles and the jangles and whatnot. They're just looking for how quickly can I put you in a box? And if you don't own that box, then you're going to get, blown away. And here's how I'll prove it. I'm going to just rattle off a couple of industries. And I want you to think about the first person you think of when I mention that industry. Okay. Who's the first person that comes to mind? So accounting, bookkeeper, business coach, financial advisor, right? Insurance. Like most of those, you can readily come pick a person's name that does that industry. This is how we categorize everybody. And I can guarantee that you thought of somebody's name as I listed off those industries. So all the extra flowery stuff you're putting on top of it is irrelevant and it's not needed. Right? Because they're not listening that far, right? Beyond what you do. Don't over elaborate. You're just going to confuse the marketplace. Thank you, Chuck. Okay. When you think about the overall conversation, let's say you're out of a networking meeting and now you're meeting one-on-one, whether it's over a cup of coffee, a cocktail, virtual, whatever. Okay. The only amount of time that you really need to spend on you is 5 minutes or less talking about what you do, right? And the reason being is people don't really care. It's the best way I can put it. They're not all that interested in what you do. So if they're not interested in what you do, let's do something that brings them a value and let them talk about the number one thing that they talk about, them damn self. So when you're explaining what you do, short and sweet, paint the box for them, right? And get yourself completely narrowed and wedged in to exactly what you do, okay? I run virtual B2B networking groups. Very simple, very easy. I do roofing. I do insurance. I'm a fractional CMO. I do live streaming. Whatever it is, keep it simple. Okay. The simpler you keep it, the more they're going to lean in and ask questions and answer the question. But then you want to get the spotlight off of you as quick as possible because the more you can actually help them and open the doors, the faster you will be able to build relationships. This is where the C3 process comes in. Okay. And C3 is how do I take contacts to connections and then ultimately create champions? And if you're doing all the talking, you're overly explaining what you do and how your systems and processes work and how amazing it is and blah blah blah, they've turned off, 20 minutes ago. They don't care, right? Your job is to see what value you can bring them so that you can own that piece of real estate in your head for what you do. So the way I look at it is all they need to know about me is I run virtual business to business networking groups. Anything else beyond that is absolute fluff, right? So if I can get them to think about me because that's what I do, now I'm going to stay top of mind by getting them connected to the right damn people consistently. And if I can get them connected to their best referral person, people out the gate, and I'm constantly opening doors for them, I take somebody who's just a contact, we start building a bond, they become a connection, and then we can ultimately win them over by being the person that's provided so much value that we're the only name that comes up when they're out having conversations with their prospects and other people they're networking with. Okay. So what I want you to really think about is I've got to take somebody I've just met and then move them through a process that allows them to actually champion me, which means they're going to bring my name up in rooms that I'm not in, which means they're talking about me in the right way when I'm not around. So that means I'm going to get a contact, whether I get a card after hours, if somebody connects with me on LinkedIn, right? I need to move that conversation to make them go from a contact, somebody whose information I have, to a connection. That means they know what I do, to a champion who will bring my name up. And so what I want to be able to do is keep what I do very short and sweet, spend all my time on them, getting to know them, getting to know their world, right? And then I want to open the right doors until I've provided enough value that they will start talking about me, or I will be the only person they think about. If you get this, man, it works beautifully and it'll get you completely dialed in and your networking moving in the right direction. Guys, I love doing this. If you got any value out of this, please make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment, ask a question below, and share this out with anybody you know. The more people that we can see this, the more lives we can touch and impact. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm here every Monday. You stay out of trouble. Love you, mean it. See you. Bye.